This segment is brought to you by your trusted AAA Car Care Center. You can count on us.
Welcome back to Living 757. Our next guest is a force to be reckoned with. She has the voice of an angel, and she's currently living out her dream of working in the racing world. Please join me in welcoming my friend Lindsay Bowman. Hey, Lindsay.
Hi, ladies. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Everything's great here. I'm enjoying nice weather finally. I'm ready for summer, so this is great.
I think we are also ready for the nice weather, right?
We are, for sure. Can you tell our viewers how long you've been involved in the racing world?
It feels like all my life. I grew up in York County, Virginia, so I got my start at Langley Speedway in Hampton, which is one of my favorite things about racing is local short track racing. So I got my start there as Miss Langley Speedway, last part of college. So I'm aging myself here, but around 2006, my family and I were super involved in the racetrack. My dad was an official there. And of course, me as the trophy girl and singing the national anthem almost every week. I did that for a couple years. And really, that's what propelled me to decide I wanted to have a career in motorsports.
That is amazing, right?
I don't know
if I can beat on that. But Lindsay, it wasn't a normal job interview process. Can you tell us about a little bit of that?
Sure. So after college, I moved to Nashville, Tennessee to pursue a music career. And while I was in Nashville, of course, COVID hit just a couple years ago and got everybody thinking, well, what's next? What are we going to do next? Everything was shut down. We couldn't play anywhere. And the beginning of last year, Busch Beer sponsored a contest through the number 4 car of Kevin Harvick for an opportunity to work on, they were dubbing it as working on the pit crew. Well, I know I'm not going to be able to go out and change a tire, but I figured if this was any way for me to get my foot in the door in racing, I'm all for it. So during the Daytona 500 last year, they set up a live interview process through Twitter where they would ask questions throughout the race and fans could chime in and answer with hopes of being selected for a possible job opportunity down the road. So sure enough, about a month after the race, I participated in this Twitter question interview, and I was told that I was one of the top 10 finalists.
Wow.
From there, I had an interview with Stewart-Haas Racing, which is a dream company for me to work for. Owners Tony Stewart and Gene Haas, who, if you're in motorsports, you're very familiar with those names. And I was offered a position to work with the number 4 car at Stewart-Haas Racing.
That is amazing, Lindsay.
Yeah, so all these pictures that are showing.
Yeah.
Yes, we are looking at the pictures at the same time. Do you feel intimidated by all these guys? Because this is a men's world. And, how do you feel at first?
It is definitely a man's world, but I feel like I've been around the sport long enough that I can hold my own, and I feel like I kind of know what I'm talking about most of the time. I'm always trying to learn. I ask a million questions. Anytime I can go on a shop tour or be taken around a racetrack, I always want to know as much as I can so that I can back up what I'm doing. It's interesting being in the sport as a female, though, because there's a lot of women that are coming into not only motorsports, but sports in general. And another familiar name from the 757 area, Caitlin Vincey, also had her start at Langley Speedway.
Cool.
And so I've gotten to know Caitlin. I see her around the racetracks every week. And there's another girl from Langley Speedway, Riley Lemons, who is working in the area now as well. So it's really great to not only have women, but friends from home that are also in this career with me.
Go girls, go. So when you first got this job, the contest was for a year contract, correct?
Right.
And then they ended up asking you to stay past that.
Yes. So I picked up and moved everything from Nashville on a whim, hoping that maybe they would like me enough to want to keep me. Like I mentioned earlier, with COVID, no one really knew what was going to happen, and I needed to find something that was going to be more stable at the time. Mm-hmm. So I decided it was time for a change after 10 years in Nashville. Let's just do this anyway. No matter what happens at the end of the season, I'll figure it out. So I started with the social media side and traveling, taking photos at the track. And at the end of this season, they decided they liked me enough and offered me a full-time position. I'm now working with partnership marketing on the number 4 car. So I work directly with any of the brands and sponsors that you see on the race car, on Kevin's fire suit, the crew shirts week to week. Those are who I deal with directly. And then when I go to the racetrack, I get to host those sponsors that are in attendance.
Very cool.
Good job.
Where can people find more information about you? Where can
Well,
they
I do have
follow
a
you?
website, lindsaybowman.com. It is geared more towards the music, but it has all my social media is there. I am on Instagram and Twitter as well. I'm always posting pictures from the racetrack. It's obviously my life now and something I love. So you can
Well,
follow
thank
me
you
there.
so much.
Thank you so much for
Lindsay.
joining us.
Yes, you are beautiful. Keep doing what you're doing. That's amazing. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you guys for having me.
Yes.